AITA for only paying for my wife and I at a restaurant? I, 24 meters, and my wife, 24F, are newlywed couples. My wife has 4 friends who she has been really close with since high school. For a celebration, my wife decided to go to an expensive steakhouse. The day comes and we go in separate cars there. We all eat and my wife slides the bill, $700 plus, and proceeds to say, the man should always pay for the wife and her friends. I laugh awkwardly, saying why. She says because I'm the man. I tell her that the only other person I would pay for would be you and me. Her friends proceeded to laugh at me, calling me a broke husband. I stand up and put 2 $100 bills for me and my wife's food and leave. My wife gets home and starts screaming at me, saying I made her feel embarrassed, how she promised her friends I'd pay, and that her friends made fun for her on the ride home for marrying a man who can't pay the bill. I decided to pack a bag and head to my friend's house. I told my parents, friends, and they say I should have just paid it. Now I'm having second thoughts if I overreacted. AITA? NTA. Your wife should have talked to you about it before telling her friends you'd pay, not assume. My wife gets home and starts screaming at me. Does she always react in such a way? Why people think it's okay to scream at their spouse is beyond me. Dude, everyone in this scenario is in awe except you. Wow, the audacity to just casually push over a $700 bill, and then say, well, the man should always pay for his wife and her friends. It sounds to me like your wife doesn't want a spouse. She wants a sugar daddy who will treat her and her friends. And when you pushed back, she blew up in an attempt to manipulate the situation in her favor by playing on your emotions. You embarrassed me. Your family and friends must think that emotional and financial abuse, guilting you, and trying to force you to pay for her and her friends with no prior warning, is cool. Huh? Get better friends, and seek marriage counseling, or a divorce if this is frequent behavior. NTA in the slightest. Edit spelling. This relationship is not going to last. Definitely NTA. I assume there was no agreement in advance that you and she would cover for everybody. And without warning, she wanted you to foot the entire bill for a group dinner. Then she doubled down with some gender role BS while her friends attacked you. You put down $200 and left. That's more diplomatic than I would have been. Edit. No agreement as far as you knew. NTA. Your wife should have asked you beforehand and then she would have been aware you weren't paying for her friend's meal. Her friends also sound awful BTW. You aren't a walking ATM benefiting her circle of mean girls. This sounds like some kind of power move that backfired spectacularly. NTA. She embarrassed herself. I am so proud of you. NTA. But your wife and her friends? Definitely Oz. All of them. You need to sit your wife down and have a serious talk with her. You did not marry her to become the sugar daddy for her entire friend group. In what world does she think this behavior is acceptable? What kind of power trip is she on? Trying to flex her control over you. I'm embarrassed that she thought she could treat you like that. She could have asked you politely prior to dinner like an adult partner. Instead, she tried to flex to her friends. Disgusting behavior from them all, and I'm glad you didn't cave. NTA. NTA. Why does it sound like your wife married you for money? Did you get a prenup? Are you okay? Ask her if she only cares about gender roles when they benefit her, or is she fine doing 100% of chores, cooking, and childcare. Super NTA. If she expects you to fork out an extra $400 to $500 for her friends, she should have asked ahead. This was an absolute gold digger move by her. Is this really who you intend to spend your whole life with? Moreover, how much would she have lost it if you asked how much fun the one-man orgy was going to be later? Since all her friends are now your date? Pretended to be shocked and tell her you can't believe all her friends want to date you now. Yes, I know that the second part is more of a joke, but if she wants archaic traditions used whenever it benefits her, suggesting an equally archaic and preposterous notion seems fitting. NTA. You need to educate your wife. I will bet money she thinks what she earns is hers alone. And what you earn she is entitled to. NTA. I hate these stupid stereotypes. If you brought 4 friends to her house and said, without telling her, my wife will be cooking dinner tonight because women should stay in the kitchen, I know that she'd freak out and scream at you, even though making 4 sandwiches is nowhere near paying £700 plus. And the audacity for the friends to call you broke. If my friends said that my wife was useless cause she couldn't cook, I'd flip TF out at them. I hate misogynistic idiots. NTA. But your wife is. Is it too late get annulment from this mercenary woman? If you were expected to pay, it should have been discussed before dinner. Separate your finances right away. NTA. There are so many problems with this. If she wanted you guys to pay, she should have said so beforehand. It's absolutely absurd that she sprung this on you. And then her reaction when you were in private. OMG. Her friends are just horrible. 2. I hope this is a one-time thing where she lost her head, because if this is your future I don't see this lasting. NTA. I'd bet this was a little ploy your wife set up to somehow one-up her friends about the man she got, and it backfired in her face. Funny how they label you as the broke one, but they have to resort to cheap tricks to get a free meal. Do any of them have partners themselves? Definitely NTA. Why did she think it was okay to promise and not ask you? This all sounds misogynistic and antiquated. NTA. But your wife is. If she expected you to pay, she should have told you ahead of time. I would not share money with her. You may need a post-nup.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshhole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.